I'm Robert, and welcome to my channel, where I discuss everything automated algorithmic trading, or simply algo trading. Today I want to talk about last week. It's taken me the entire weekend to really look at the market over the course of the last week, and in fact since the beginning of June. As we are drawing near to the end of the second quarter, June has been one of the most active and profitable months so far of the entire year. The profitability has been quite delicious, to be quite honest, but it also has the downside that it's going to exhaust the market extensively. So let's get straight into the chart and talk about this wonderful change we've seen over the course of the last 2 weeks, particularly with what we saw last week. The volatility was just wonderful. It's the kind of week I wish we had every week. It brought in huge amounts of profitability in both long and short directions, providing you kept your risk mitigation techniques within a very specific limitation, meaning you planned out everything in detail. It was really a beautifully profitable week. The overall range itself has changed, both upper and lower. But the biggest issues that we face is more of the order book and the frequency weighting correlations beginning to coalesce together, looking at a potential squeeze in the market. This could be either a big up push or a down push in the market over the course of the rest of this month, potentially beginning into the next quarter, starting July. This should be pretty interesting, though, as we move forward. But what this particular chart doesn't really show, and what I really want to focus on at the moment, is the volatility that we have experienced over the last couple of days. So let's zoom this in a little bit from Monday to Monday and really get a good clear picture of just what these candles look like. Okay, this candle right here is the market right now live. Today's session. So we see last Monday's session was a pickup of the week before with a heavy bearish downturn. An aggressive slant, really, as you can see from the previous full length of the candle. Quite dramatic, comparatively speaking, to previous days within that week. But going back to last week, we can clearly see the dynamic of the wicks versus the candle bodies, and the back and forth aggression that took place between the bulls and the bears, as volatility was really quite astounding. Monday and Tuesday, the bears were quite aggressive about their force, driving the price down significantly, as we can see on the right-hand column where the legend is. Wednesday, the bulls came back with a raging vengeance and really pushed the market quite extensively. Thursday was a clawback, and Friday was where the bears sealed the week, making sure that they took all the profits off the table. And then, of course, we have today. Today hasn't really ramped up much yet, but the session is really drawing down, getting ready to go into Tuesday's session. I really don't expect much more activity in today's session, but I suspect that we are going to see the bulls continue with the trend that is already in place. And I expect Tuesday's session, at the very minimum, to show, at least in the early stages, a very strong bullish push. Overall, I don't think the order book is really going to move one way or the other like it did last week. the bulls could pull off a surprise like they did on last Wednesday. And that would definitely be a nice accumulation round if they did. But I'm really not expecting it based upon the order book. Looking at the order book in general, the support level is two different levels. They're pretty close together, but 1.065 is the strongest level at the moment within the order book, both on the buy side and on the frequency weighted analysis. 1.075 is the resistance side or sell side of the order book. It's only at one level at the moment, but that could change drastically as we have seen throughout the course of just this month alone. So as we progress, looking for this particular week, I think we're going to see not so much a big sell-off in either direction as we did last week, but I think we're going to see more of an accumulation stage with a balanced sell-off. The back and forth strengths that keep the market more balanced than anything. But let's zoom out and look at the overall aspect of the market. As we can see as we zoom out, the long-term trend between the yellow lines, just looking at the last 4 weeks, we can clearly see that the market is very much in a sideways long-term state. And that really is good and profitable because it's a consistency that shows the strength of the market and resiliency within the current market conditions. I don't suspect this is going to change, but being that we are as close as we are to the bottom of the range, and how that looks overall with the order book moving into a squeeze position, it is very possible we could see a hard downward push coming. We'll have to see if this order book squeezing motion continues, because the longer it continues, the more likely we're going to see some kind of a major push, one way or the other. I suspect being close to the bottom of the overall range that we have been in for quite a significant amount of time, that we do have a higher probability of a downward push in the market. As we continue to zoom out, we can see where the market held close to the upper range for quite a while. And given the fact that this particular market is cyclic in nature, and we see previously where the market did in fact go to the lower portion of the range, it's very probable that we will see that again. And as we continue to zoom out, we can see more and more of the cyclic nature of the market that we have been in for a very significant portion of both this year and last year. As we see the beginning of the 2024 year, and we can see by moving backwards into the 2023 year that we do have a few spots above the prevailing range and below the prevailing range, but overall the prevailing range has remained consistent. So that's really where I think we need to focus on the basis of what the market is going to bring as we move into the next quarter. So let me know what you think. Share your thoughts. How was your trading week? Did you do well with the market, or did it claim some of your profits? Leave a comment. And if you like this video and want to see more of it, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.